Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter, Shane, and David. Say what's up, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Back at it again. Back at it again with today's spoilers for 2/2/2/2/2/2/2. Because that's the date today. February 2nd, 2022.
I thought you just broke. I was like, what are you saying? I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, 2/2/2/2. That's the date.
Sense. Okay.
And yeah, we got some really cool ones. We got some 3-color legendaries that could be possible commanders. I don't know. We'll find out, but let's start it off with this one. This is Nashi Moon Sage's Scion. Nashi Moon Sage's Scion is 1 and 2 black for a 3/2 legendary creature, Rat Ninja. It has ninjutsu you could pay for 3 and a black, and it also states whenever Nashi deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of each player's library. Until end of turn, you may play one of those cards. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. What do we think? What do we think, Dave? This is like your alley. You love paying with life instead of mana.
I feel like that's the only thing I actually genuinely like. I think that's the only thing I like about this card, because I normally hate those random effects, but at least with this, like, you're guaranteed to be able to cast whatever you flip, assuming that you're not just flipping over a land in like a one-on-one environment. So like in standard or in draft, I don't actually think this card is that great. And then ninjutsu is more expensive than its actual mana value, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely cheat it in to get that. Obviously, you're cheating it in to get the ability to go off. But it depends on how strong of a deck your opponents are using.
It's weird that you don't have the option to cast it without paying life.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, normally if you flip over their 6 mana spell and you only have 5 mana to play around with, like, you just whiff. But this doesn't do that for you.
Can someone tell me why they said mana value and then said mana cost right after?
It's got to be a typo, right?
I don't know.
Wizards doesn't have typos. What are you talking about?
Of course they do, dude. It's Wizards. They don't proofread their shit.
Whoa, shots fired, dude.
I guess because you're paying the cost and paying... Nope, still doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. I think it's a cool card, though. 3 mana, 3/2. That you can cheat in for 4 mana? It's not like the other one we saw where it was like you had to have it in Jitsu to have the ability to go off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's okay.
Let's move on. Next up, we have Hinata Dawn Crowned. Hinata Dawn Crowned is 1, a blue, a red, and a white for a 4/4 legendary creature, Kieran Spirit. It's got flying. It's got trample. It has spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each target. And spells your opponents cast cost 1 more to cast for each target. This is a pretty cool card.
I mean, it's always just kind of be pretty much 1, right?
No, you can have something that does multiple.
I just mean like on average. Come on.
If you do an X spell?
Wait.
I feel like if you're running this in your deck, you probably don't want to be playing those like only like single target cards anyways. And at a very bare minimum, it's 4 mana for a 4/4 with flying and trample. This thing just stat-wise is a beast.
Yeah, it also makes counter spells 1 less too.
Is there a way to break this?
Awesome.
It makes your opponents cost 1 more too.
Yep.
Is there a way to break it though? Like a card that says, like you said, Hunter, X, and then you say pay X, target X creatures. Would X always just be free for you then?
Depends on how many creatures you're targeting. Because if you do, like, say you're doing X damage, you do 1 damage to X amount of targets.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like if you're doing 5 divided equally, say 5 damage to 5 targets, or 1 damage to 5 targets would be 5. So this would technically still cost just the 1 that you have to pay, whatever the pip is.
It's a cool card.
I feel like there's got to be a way for you to be able to, like, there's cards out there that are like put a +1/+1 counter on X number of creatures you control, right? That you pay mana into. I feel like those things. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I feel like at least one has to exist.
Probably in green.
I would imagine it'd be in white too, like something like that, because white loves to do stuff like that. Go white and play around with counters.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. And you could probably do that.
Also, do we have any other Kirin creatures in Magic?
So
Yeah, it's a
this
new
set,
thing.
there's definitely a ton of new creatures that just are crazy. Like Moonfolk, that's kind of new.
So I know that Moonfolk were from the first Kamigawa as well, and there might have been a Kirin in the first Kamigawa. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you
The last
could.
couple days of spoiler, there's definitely been some other Kirins.
There's also Pilot. Pilot is a new one.
I think a
Witch
couple of
Definitely.
those. What?
I feel like Pilot should have been in Kaladesh.
Is it? Maybe.
I could
I don't know.
100% be talking out of my ass right now, but
Doing a great job of knowing our shit.
hell yeah, dude. We are fact
It's
checking.
just hard to keep up with everything, okay?
Yeah, I know.
But I really like this card. I think it's very powerful. And it could be a commander.
I think it's okay. I like its stats. I feel like it's very build around. Maybe you could do something in standard, but like I don't want my deck to turn on turn 5, assuming that I've managed to cast this thing, and then the next turn I have mana up to actually play around with. And I don't think I'm really gonna cast a bunch of my stuff for cheaper in a limited. So I don't know.
I guess time will tell. Next up, we have that Pilot I was mentioning. This is Shiga, Okiba-Gang leader. Shiga is 1, a white and a black for a legendary creature rat pilot that is a 4/3. It states at the beginning of combat during your turn, return target vehicle card from your graveyard onto the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of your next end step. Interesting that it's Orzhov, because so far we've seen, especially coming from the vehicle precon deck, blue and white was heavily vehicles this time around.
I mean, this one is still white, so there is that overlap.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't fit into the blue-white we've been seeing.
no, but I mean, black white does a lot of recursion, so kind of fits in on that avenue.
That's nuts. What the fuck? I'm like, I had to keep rereading this.
It brings back a vehicle that can haste, and then it pops back to your hand.
That's crazy. For 3 mana.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so you just you bring back your vehicle, you crew it with this dude. He
Yeah.
speeds off to go beat face, and then your stuff goes back to your hand. And then just I don't know, if there's a way to continuously discard your stuff, like maybe you discard for effect, you can continuously just use those vehicles, or at least at a very bare minimum, it's a way for you to kind of mitigate any removal.
Yeah, and then just get you the recursion. This is crazy.
Yeah, I like this a lot. A lot of cool legendaries coming out of the set.
What's up with the whole rat thing, dude? Like, am I missing something from Kaladesh or from
Kamigawa?
Yeah, Kamigawa. Why are so many
The rats.
They're rats,
Is
dude.
it the city, dude? No,
Rat ninjas, okay?
I don't know the lore apparently of this, but
This one's a rat pilot, though. So,
dude, the last vehicle we saw yesterday, remember it was like surrounded by rats. That like rat pilots.
true.
The one that made the pilot that crewed for 2 less.
Yep,
That was a rat too.
that was a rat too.
Interesting.
I don't know. I like this card a lot. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I do too.
But
I do too.
I get it. It's black recursion. All right, moving on. We got the green dragon spirit this time. This is Kura, the Boundless Sky. Kura, the Boundless Sky is 3 and 2 green for a 4/4 legendary creature, dragon spirit. It has flying and death touch. It says when it dies, choose 1. Search your library for up to 3 land cards, reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle, or create an XX green spirit creature token where X is the number of lands you control.
I got so distracted by everything you just said. Hunter, what is the name of this card?
Kura?
Kira?
You want me to say Kura?
I mean, like a U does not make an E sound.
Hey man, this is Japanese. I don't know.
All right, whatever. I'll let you
Kura.
slide. There you
Kura?
go. Yeah, that's what I want.
Kura.
Kura.
That's what I want.
All right, I'll say the card over then. Kura.
No, we're
Hey, just
sticking
keep
with
going.
this.
All right, Shane, what do you think of this card?
I was thinking about this. The deck that is already in standard, that cares about having a billion lands with that
Mhm.
planeswalker. This could just like
Brennan
easily
7.
slide in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be like a great addition. Like
Yeah,
slot that bad boy right in.
I really like it. It's pretty good.
It's pretty strong.
All these dragon spirits have been strong.
For 5 mana, you get a big beater with flying. That
Yeah,
whenever
death
it
touch.
dies, it replaces itself with another big beater.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
And
And
the
they
deck-
get even better at multiples. I like the fact that like you can legend rule these and actually like get some advantage off of them.
Ooh.
You are absolutely correct.
And I'm pretty sure
Didn't
this
even.
is. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I didn't even think of that.
I was thinking of the deck that I was bringing up. It's pretty much always going to get bigger. Like what David said, it's always going to be like up trading itself, I guess. Because in that deck, you have so many fucking lands.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And if you need more lands, kill this.
Yeah, it's
Go get 3 more.
Our translation on this, I'm also going to make the assumption, is missing a keyword. It says search your library for up to 3 land cards. Is that just land cards, or is that supposed to say basic lands?
You could search this with any lands. Pretty wild. Go and get some tricolors if you really need it.
Oh, I'm thinking more of like utility lands, dude. Like a fucking strip land or something, or like fucking.
My name
Land
is
that does something.
Stripland.
What would you get, Dave?
Guys, Cradle?
Yeah,
Guy's Cradle is a very
a good
good
one.
one to get, yeah. That would be pretty yeah, you could definitely combo off with that. All right, let's move on to another legendary creature. This is Shigeki. Shigeki Jukai Visionary. Shigeki is 1 and a green for a 1/3 legendary enchantment creature snake druid. You can pay a 1 and a green and tap Shigeki to return it to its owner's hand. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest into your graveyard. It also has the channel ability, which is pay XX and 2 green to discard Shigeki. Return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty powerful.
It's not a bear though.
It is not a bear. It's a
Is it
1/3.
Supposed to be a bear?
It's a
No,
snake.
we've just been seeing a lot of 2 mana 2/2s.
Gotcha.
Come on, David, get with the program.
Sorry, I'm slow on the take.
What do we think about this, David?
I don't know. It's one of those cards that like it wants to do a thing that's 2 steps, and like I'm doing a really shitty job of explaining this right now. This is just one of those cards that like it just does everything that it wants to do without having to really synergize or work with other pieces.
Does
'Cause,
that mean
like-
good?
I don't know. I'm gonna say no. Now, this card is mana intensive. It's got an ability that's slow that you have to be able to pay and tap for. That if you want to be able to use his first ability more than once, like this is not doing anything for you. You play it on turn 2, turn 3, it eats up 2 of the 3 mana that you're probably gonna have at that point. Plus, you have to tap this thing down, and it gets bounced back to your hand. So
I got a
No.
question. What makes this an enchantment creature at all?
I have no idea.
It's a druid, dude.
Okay. Druids don't have to be enchantment creatures,
No, but druids enchant things.
but he's not enchanting anything. He's got an
Dude,
ability that isn't
Enchant
static.
stuff, dude.
He's got no static abilities.
You're crazy, dude.
What do you think, Shane?
I think that this card is mediocre. I was gonna say gas,
Mediocre.
but it's not.
Yeah, I don't know what
I
to
don't
think
know.
about this. I think it's still too slow for my liking.
I'm sure someone will
So-
figure out how to break it.
Oh, absolutely. I don't doubt that for a second. Let's move on to this really cool equipment. This is Blade of the Oni. Blade of the Oni is 1 and a black for a 3/1 artifact creature equipment demon. It's got menace. It states equipped creature has base power and toughness 5/5, has menace, and is black demon in addition to all its other colors and types. Got a reconfigure cost of 2 and 2 black. Pretty rad.
That's lit, dude.
For 2 mana, this comes in as 3/1 menace that'll stick around probably for a while.
It looks like an evil thing, dude. I love it.
Does. People were making fun of this art actually and saying, this looks like the sword I made in elementary school when I used to draw.
Oh my god. Hey, man. Nothing wrong with that.
So these enter the battlefield, and so long as they're not equipped, they just count as a creature, right?
Yep.
Okay. I actually don't really think I like this card because of that reason.
Because
like
it doesn't
that.
have haste?
No, so looking over this card, 2 mana, you get a 3/1. It has menace on its own. I feel like that's okay. That's fine. The second your opponent has something that's going to be able to block this, given that, yes, this has menace, so they're going to need 2, you're probably going to want to go to reconfigure it to throw it on something. At that point, you're spending 4 mana to equip. Just deal 1 damage to this thing in response, and they just wasted 4 mana. I feel like this has like that same kind of downside that a lot of auras do, where you spend your mana to cast the aura, and then your opponent like deals with the target, and then the aura whiffs. I feel like you spend the mana to equip this, and then you either kill the target that it was going to be equipped to, or you kill this itself, and like your opponent is just down 4 mana.
I mean, that's definitely an
The same as
issue
just
with
equipping anything.
all of them. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the fact that like the reconfigure on this is 4. That's expensive.
I guess. But I don't know. I think it's cool.
It's fine. I think that this honestly, this really would not surprise me whatsoever to see play in standard. I feel like if you're playing like a I don't know, mono black aggro or black X aggro, this would probably slot into it. I think that the reconfigure in that kind of deck would probably be a backup plan, not really the primary. Just because, like, I don't know, I would rather be casting spells and playing around with the abilities that I have in play.
You're probably right.
I'm not doing a very good job of like arguing my point with this. I've really been doing a shitty job with that just all night long.
You're good.
But
I agree.
you agree that all right.
Shane just agrees with you, okay?
Yeah, that's weird.
I like this card a lot, dude. I think it's definitely going to see play. I think 5 power with menace is nothing to scoff at. I get it that you can kill it on the reconfigure ability, but we'll see how often that happens.
I agree, Hunter.
Thanks, Shane.
You're in such an agreeable mood.
I'm in an agreeable mood, dude, because I can see the good and the bad and everything, dude.
Next up, we have the card that most people have been talking about today as a potential brand new commander. This is Isshin, 2 heavens as 1. Isshin costs a red, a white, and a black for a 3/4 legendary creature human samurai. It states, if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Does not say once per turn or anything like that.
So see if we can really take advantage of those and potentially just get an infinite number of combats.
Yeah, there you go. You could do that one that one we saw, I don't know how many videos ago it was, but it said, if a samurai attacks alone, take an additional combat step. So what happens if this samurai attacks alone?
You get 2
You
combat
get
steps.
2.
Look at that. Finish the game.
Also, flavor when the fact that he has 2 swords.
Yes.
Ooh. Well, it does have 2
2.
heavens as 1, dude.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's
Shane, what do you think of
it's
this
a
card?
human.
It is a
I
human.
just realized it's a human, dude. You could build your human deck, dude.
You like this card, Shane?
I do like this card. It's even the same colors as my EDH deck. I've drawn a blank.
Kalia?
Yeah.
You imagine throwing this in Kalia, dude?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's not a dragon, demon, whatever, but that's nuts.
Your Kalia will trigger twice.
You gotta be fucked.
It
Think
would
of
be
the setup
pretty.
though, man. I have to like play her, make sure she doesn't die. Play this. Like, oh my god.
I think
It's
you need to
already
play this
very-
first.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry, this is way off topic, but yeah, this is a cool card.
I like it a lot. All right, we got another March card. This is the green one. This is March of Burgeoning Life. March of Burgeoning Life is X and a green for an instant. States as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of green cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Choose target creature with mana value less than X. Search your library for a creature card with the same name as that creature. Put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So, Wizards tried really hard to say, I don't want this card to break by specifically stating it has to be the same creature and it has to be exactly less than X.
Hmm.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I am so disappointed that this has nothing to do with burgeoning.
It's super weird card. And I think it might be the worst March we've seen.
I'm not totally sure, but I mean it puts another card on the battlefield, yeah.
Yeah?
And it does technically still get to tutor for that card.
So I mean, it's not horrible, and it's instant, so that's kind of good.
Go find the same card, but you have to pay more than the card itself.
Yeah, but
Or it's, yeah, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of. I mean, not necessarily, since you can exile cards from your hand. I feel like this card is weird and difficult to judge.
yeah. Like, I'm trying to like think about it. It would cost literally 1 green more, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So that's just like 1 mana more to get a card at instant speed from your deck onto the battlefield. That's not bad.
I
On
can see
battlefield
this
tapped,
card.
by the way.
I can see this card being bad. I can also see this card being good because it being an instant. So I don't know how to feel. I feel like I'm leaning more so towards the bad.
I'm saying bad.
I mean, even if it's tapped though, like at the end of your turn, it doesn't matter. Like, and if it's built around, I'm sure. I'm just saying there might be a shelf for this somewhere. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely a way to take advantage of this.
I guess time will tell, but I'm not a fan.
I don't know. I feel like is this something like Elves once? Probably not.
I don't think so.
But
Thinking more like a mid range, but I guess I could be wrong too.
I mean, yeah, they're like aggro mid range.
Yeah.
All right, here's another legendary creature. This is Kotose, the Silent Spider. Kotose is 3, a blue and a black for a 4/4 legendary creature human ninja. States, when Kotose enters the battlefield, exile target card in an opponent's graveyard, other than a basic land card. Search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Then that player shuffles. For as long as you control Kotose, you may play one of the exiled cards, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it.
Can't stand the way we're pronouncing its name.
I think it's Kotose.
Yeah, it cannot be Kotose.
I'll say the card again then.
No. I'm just saying, like, it's fine. I think it definitely
Kotose.
No,
Sure.
we're gonna keep the original in. We've got to let the
doing it
public
live,
know
dude.
that you can't fucking read.
Well,
Okay.
none of us can. It's fine.
I can't read. Kotose.
I think this is a pretty cool card, dude.
Is there like a hidden safety valve on here? So exile target card in an opponent's graveyard.
right?
So it's one opponent. And then later on, it says for as long as you control Kotose, you may play one of the exiled cards.
Yep.
I feel like there's a hidden safety valve on this card.
Well, yeah, the hidden was that you can't play more than one of the cards. Like, because let's say you exile 4 cards, it's not letting you play all 4 copies.
All I know is terrible in EDH.
I guess. Well, I mean, in EDH, it's not. No,
No, I think it's pretty good in EDH.
You get one card.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
You're gonna just like steal, I guess, the big impactful thing that you needed from their graveyard.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Yeah, duh, of course. One thing.
Also 5 mana. I just realized
Yeah,
that.
that's the heavy part. That's why I said it's kind of heavy.
But in standard, getting rid of someone's main piece is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Then playing one against them is pretty cool.
Yep.
And if you play another one, boom, you get more. Because, like, I think that's the thing that Dave was talking about, too. Like, let's say you have 3 or 4 of these in your deck, and you exile 3 or 4 different cards, 4 of each. You have that many cards that you have access to playing, I guess, right? One of each of the different ones, I think. Or do you think they'd all
Yeah.
lump together?
I think they all lump together. I think it's per
Ah.
instance. So, like, if you drop the second one, you're still not able to target the original thing that you had. Also, Hunter, to counter your argument from earlier, you said you could exile out their big thing. Let's be real. If their big thing is in the graveyard, you either already lost or they're doing something bad.
Pretty sure you said that.
No, like
I said
from
one
like
of
an
their
EDH
main
standpoint, but
pieces.
from like one of their main pieces. If like, say for example, and this wouldn't happen because Wizards just finally decided to fucking do things, but like if you were to, I don't know, exile your opponent's Alron's Epiphany, like, is there a world where that's going to happen? Because if they're dropping those kinds of threats, they're probably just going to be winning the game.
Yeah.
So like, you're only getting as good as what they've already played. The more that I look at this card, the less I like it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. I don't know. Who knows? Could be you.
Your favorite joke to do in these videos, I swear to God.
You said it once and it's stuck with me ever
I
since.
know. You're welcome, dude. Next.
Next up, we got a vehicle. This is Mindlink Mech. Mindlink Mech is 2 and a blue for a 4/3 artifact vehicle with flying. States, whenever Mindlink Mech becomes crewed for the first time each turn until end of turn, Mindlink Mech becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature that crewed it this turn, except it's a 4/3. It's a vehicle artifact in addition to its other types, and it has flying. It's got a crew of just 1.
What?
This is hands down the best vehicle I've seen in the set.
This seems like this is like what? It's gonna get
Yep.
banned, right?
Seems pretty good.
I mean, I know it's not as bad as the what was that last vehicle that they had to ban on a standard? That was in literally every deck, even though like the people just splashed that one.
Smuggler's
vehicle.
Copter.
Yeah, it's not that good, obviously, but this is like what?
I mean,
This is a super beatdown.
it crews with itty bitty little tiny things. Make those itty bitty little tiny things big,
Big
and
things,
then like
yeah.
if those itty bitty little tiny things have decent abilities on them, like you can take advantage of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like little things with menace or little things with like what? That vigilance?
Step 1,
Like what?
get a 1 power and whatever toughness with a good ability. Step 2, put them in a 4/3 flying Gundam. Profit.
That's insane. Cool. I don't know what else to say about this card rather than it's amazing.
It's very good, dude. It's pretty wild, man.
I think this is probably the best card we've talked about today.
Yeah.
3 mana for a crew 1.
Hey, David, I'm going to be you for a
Yep.
minute. This card is extremely pushed. I did it.
I did it.
You know what? I'm done with Shane. Shane,
What?
talk to the hand.
What?
All right, let's end this video with this final card. This is Thundering Raiju. Thundering Raiju is 2 and 2 red for a 3/3 creature spirit. It's got haste. It says, whenever Thundering Raiju attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then, Thundering Raiju deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control other than Thundering Raiju.
What the fuck, dude? What are these cards?
It's a 4 mana 3/3 with haste. It pumps something. He just explained it.
Yeah,
But
I
dude,
just
I'm just
told
saying,
you
like
that.
we're getting heavy hitters, dude. This card's gonna see 100% play.
Mono red.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
a finisher.
it's
Definitely.
a finisher. It's a. I mean, granted, it's not the dragon, right? But it wouldn't replace the dragon, actually, right? No, dragon's just infinitely better.
Nope.
Dragon's
Definitely wouldn't
more
replace the
expensive.
dragon.
Oh, you're right.
I think it's a very good card.
It's on curve, baby.
Muy bien.
I think it's a
And
good card too.
And it's a spirit, dude. I'm coming. Oh, let's go.
My only issue is that I don't know if this fits in with like the current aggro decks because this only. I mean, like it's a good card in and of itself, but I feel like to really take advantage of this, you probably want to be like taking advantage of that modified thing. So playing this as maybe a piece in a vehicles deck.
No, dude. I just had an epiphany. Play this in the make the white life gain deck white red, and because all those life gain decks have quote unquote modified creatures now. Holy shit, you'd hit for so much with this thing.
There you go.
Yeah, I think people will build around this card specifically. I see that happening. And with that, that is it. That is the final card from today's spoilers. David, do you have a favorite from today?
Yeah, the vehicle.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Shane, do you have a favorite?
I do, dude. And we're looking at it, dude. Thundering Raiju is my favorite now.
All right, Thundering Raiju. I am a fan of the Isshin Two Heavens is one. I think that's very cool.
It's a human, we know.
It's a human. I like humans. All right. Go ahead and hit that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We will see you guys tomorrow for another video of spoilers because we're almost done. There should be 2 more days, right? On Friday, the last day.
I'm not counting.
Until next time, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram where we post not only the rares and mythics we talk about today, but the commons and uncommons as well. Every single spoiler is on our Instagram. And follow us on our Twitter. That's both Instagram and Twitter at Guys That Magic. Until next time, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye-bye. David didn't want to say bye.